Вчорашня оперативна комбінація включає в себе інформування, а також навіть фото, яке мало призвести замовника, також організатора, до впевненості у виконаному замовленні, а також, відповідно, певних дій, які можуть стати для нас підставою для пред'явлення підозри та обвинувачення. Будь ласка, давайте зараз в деталі оперативної і слідчої роботи не вдаватися. Вся вчорашня операція мала на меті дуже прості речі. Не допустити злочину, закріпити вину того, хто організовував злочин, і постаратися вийти на того, хто замовляв злочин. Всі ці три складові і вчора, і сьогодні все ще в активній фазі. Тому далі деталі ми розголошувати не маємо можливості. Іншим кому? Я тільки що сказав, здається, відповідаючи на ваше запитання.
Є підстави для надання...
Для кожного громадянина України існує небезпека, поки триває війна. Перепрошую, в мене до сих пір в очах вчорашня фотографія декілька днів тому вбитої російським міною 120-мм 15-річної дівчинки із Луганської області, із села Залізне. До речі, знову ж таки звертаючись до працівників засобів масової інформації, будь ласка, не підігруйте Москві, не переводьте стрілки відповідальності на українські Збройні сили, як це зробив один із ведучих і шанованих мною телеканалів. У нас в прокуратурі сьогодні є до ваших послуг радіоперехоплення того, як терористи обговорюють, хто стріляв по 15-річній дівчинці Даші. Ми вчора оприлюднили результат огляду місця події, де чітко вказується на експертизу того, що снаряд прилетів з боку.
Euronews now goes over live to a surprising twist in a tale of the Russian journalist Arkady Babchenko, who was widely reported to have been assassinated on Tuesday. You can just about see the journalist in the background there wearing a black sweatshirt and a shaved head. He has unexpectedly turned up at a press conference on Ukrainian television on Wednesday. Babchenko was said to have been assassinated. The head of Ukraine's security services, Vasyl Hitsak, said at the press conference that the murder had been staged to expose Russian agents. Earlier, Babchenko's wife said he'd been shot in the back as he left their apartment in the city. Babchenko is a prominent Kremlin critic who was thought to have been gunned down in Kiev, with Russia being accused of involvement in the killing by Ukraine. However, Mr. Babchenko, who regularly denounced Russia's actions in Syria and eastern Ukraine, walked into the press conference this afternoon, and he thanked the Ukrainian security service for saving his life. After news of his apparent death, Ukraine's Prime Minister Volodymyr Groysman said, "I'm confident that the Russian totalitarian machine did not forgive him his honesty and principled stance." Some confusion there over exactly what has been going on with the Russian journalist Arkady Babchenko, who was widely reported to have been assassinated in Kiev on Tuesday and who then earlier today walked into a press conference surrounded by security agents. It turns out that Mr. Babchenko's death had been faked in order to lure those behind a plot to kill him out into the open, this information coming from the Ukrainian security services. As you can see there, that the Russian journalist who had been reported shot and killed is in fact very much alive. The head of the Ukrainian security services has told a news conference that the agency faked Babchenko's death to catch those who were trying to kill him. It had been reported that Babchenko, who is a strong critic of the Kremlin, was shot multiple times in the back and at his apartment building and was found bleeding by his wife. He was later said to have died on the way to hospital in the ambulance.
А хто, будучи українцем,
Babchenko seen there in the background.
щоб розділити країну,
He's one of Russia's best-known war reporters.
з обличчям явного ворога.
He's already spoken and written about leaving Russia because of repeated threats that he and his family would be harmed.
Перепрошую, в Амстердамі, де було оголошено проміжні...
Babchenko turned up at the press conference alive and well and thanked everyone who was mourning his death, and he apologized to his wife.
Стало зрозуміло, що саме Москва є винною за збиття і знищення 389 мирних жителів, пасажирів цивільного, 298, перепрошую, цивільного літака MH17. Після наших матеріалів, наданих різним міжнародним інституціям,
You can see here a press conference with an unexpected twist to the story of the apparent or reported assassination of Russian journalist Arkady Babchenko. You can see Babchenko in the background there in a black sweatshirt with his head shaved. Mr. Babchenko was reported to have been assassinated in Kiev on Tuesday.
Встановило, що сліди організації замовлення теракту проти інших осіб, тому включно із народним депутатом Мосійчуком.
Russian journalist Arkady Babchenko, who surprised everyone today by walking into a press conference and appeared on Ukrainian television very much alive and well after he'd been reported to have been assassinated. Mr. Babchenko's death is said to have been faked in order to lure those behind a plot to kill him out into the open, this information according to Ukrainian security services. Russia was accused of being involved in the alleged killing. As you can see, the Russian journalist Arkady Babchenko alive and well, despite reports that he'd been assassinated in Kiev on Tuesday. The journalist is a prominent Kremlin critic who is thought to have been gunned down in Kiev, although he turned up alive and well at a news conference this afternoon, flanked by security officials.
Soul of the Great Silk Road, evoking old travelers for the most beautiful tales of humanity. Tradition